Hey guys, welcome back. What we're doing today is we're going to be putting a front axle disconnect skid plate on napalm. The skid plate is from Clayton Off-Road. It's a bad piece. So this is the stock FAD skid plate. It's pretty flimsy. Alright. This is the skid plate from Clayton Off-Road. This is one beefy dude. It's heavy too. You can see how thick that is in comparison to the stock one. It's pretty tough. So I'm gonna say this thing probably weighs about 10 pounds. But for the new Jeepers out there, you don't know what the front axle disconnect is. It basically disconnects your passenger side of your axle is basically two pieces, okay? And the disconnect works kind of like back in the old days when we used to have locking hubs. It allows your front tires to spin more freely, giving you a little bit better gas mileage. Supposedly less wear and tear. I don't understand that because it's moving parts, and now you've added something else in there that can wear out and break down. So, but anyway, so this skid plate is actually designed for if you've already relocated your steering stabilizer. I have not yet. So my Falcon Nexus 2.1 is still mounted in the stock location with the stock mounting bracket. Okay, so the problem I'm having is, if you see this, these holes don't line up. So I'm going to modify this bracket. I'm going to cut some of this off here and see if we can't get this to work. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to figure something else out. This is part of it. But anyway, this I'll leave a description, or I'll leave a link to this skid plate in the bottom. This is a bad dude. I like it. So you're definitely not gonna tear your FAD up bouncing it off of rocks with this dude. I'll guarantee you that. All right. So let me get set up. I've already got everything taken care of, but I got to get set up where I can start cutting on this thing. Power tools. More power. Alright, so stand by. So we're all set up here. I don't have a workbench and a vise, so I have to make do with what I have. I've got a C-clamp. Clamped it onto the tailgate of my truck. Hopefully this is going to work. We'll see. Oh, I almost forgot eye protection. So that right there, you can see the thickness of that bracket, and that's all that I cut off right there. So hopefully let me get this cleaned up and we'll do a test fit, see if that'll work. Alright, so I think I've got this where it needs to be. So now this bracket will line up here and on the bottom. The stabilizer bracket is going to go on top of the FAD bracket. Okay, it's now a 1/4 inch further away. So that means this side bolt here won't line up because it's going to be a 1/4 inch further out like that. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to cut a notch right here. So that'll allow for this bracket to be moved out, and then I'll be able to get that bolt in there in the side. So, and I'll shoot some paint on that while that's drying, and we should be ready to throw this up there and see if it works. Alright guys, this is your front axle disconnect right here. I hope you can see that. I think you can. So the stock plate, all it did was cover this back here, okay, and it was, you saw it, it was pretty flimsy. So the Clayton skid actually gives you some front security as well, and you'll see this thing really, and it comes with these two flatheads right here. The lower control arm nut, I mean, it's just barely in the way, so I'm gonna have to loosen that up so it'll back out a little bit and give me enough clearance. I didn't want to take it all the way off. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll leave the bolt in place. Take the nut off. Alright, so I got it all put on here and everything's loosely mocked up. You can see right here where I just basically cut the end of the Falcon stabilizer bracket because it was going to be off, you know, a good 1/4 inch, and then that'll still give me plenty of metal area for this bolt to tighten down on. You got the 2 bolts in the front. Comes with these 2 bolts right here, and it's easy to see where they go because these holes are countersunk so that they'll sit flush. I gotta be honest, I really like this bracket. It's big and it's beefy and it protects everything. The wiring on the stock plate, it just goes around back, and all these wires are where your connection goes into the back of your FAD. It's all exposed, and on this it's not. It's covered up and it's up there really tight, so you're not gonna have to worry about a stick coming up here and pulling that out or anything like that. But my one concern is tightening this lower control arm back up. If you have a 24, because this nut's a 24 millimeter, if you have a box end wrench, it's not going to be a problem. I don't have a 24 millimeter box end wrench, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Because I just don't think I'm going to be able to get a socket in there even after I get all this tightened up. But I'm going to go ahead and get all this snugged up, and then we'll come back and address that issue. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. So what I ended up doing, I know this isn't the best, but it worked. So I was able to take a pair of adjustable pliers, crescent wrench, and tighten it up in there,
and then it actually, when I started tightening it, it worked around and got wedged in there real good, so it held it perfectly tight, and I was able to get the impact on the other side. So I got plenty of torque on that control arm. I'm pretty happy with it. So there's the Clayton off-road FAD skid plate. You're going to have 2 bolts left over. These 2 that go on the bottom here, because you can replace them with what they send you. Bolt here, bolt on this side, and they had those on the stock ones as well. So we got the Falcon Nexus 2.1 all back and bolted up. So I like it. I definitely know my FAD is well protected now. I ain't worrying about that anymore. That is one big bad dude. I hope you can see that. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. Obviously, if you have the if you've already relocated your steering stabilizer, this is going to be a non-issue for you. It's just going to be basically take the old one off, slap this one up there, you know, but you are going to have to loosen up your control arm bolt so you can get it in there. It's a tight fit. This is one piece. I mean, you see the welds here, but this is one piece of stamped steel, and then obviously if you know anything about it, you can't just stamp a square piece of steel, right? It has to have cuts in it so it can make the bends and not warp, and so they fill these cuts in with a weld. So this is a one-piece unit, American made, right here in Connecticut, USA. So give it a look if you're looking to protect your FAD a little better. This will definitely get the job done. So I'm real happy with it. This staple, that ain't going anywhere. It's good to go. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I enjoy doing this stuff for you guys. Again, I do this stuff and I put it on YouTube so that my main objective is to show new Jeepers, guys that have been doing this stuff a long time. It's nothing, but new Jeepers, this is stuff that you can do. I'm not a professional mechanic. This is my 5th Jeep. I've been doing this stuff a long time. So but there's, you know, I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. So I try to show you the issues that I run into when I'm doing a mod or installing a part or changing something, so that if you run into the same issue, you can see what I did to fix it. I'm not going to say my way is always the right way, but it works. So that being said, we got another video coming up here in hopefully next week. It's a secret, although there is a clue in this video what the next video is going to be, the next edition of Napalm. So if you're attentive and you are paying attention, you will notice the clue for the next video. So also I want to give a shout out. I didn't realize this when I started this YouTube channel, but for the most part, YouTubers among the same genre, however you say that word, they're pretty cool, you know. The YouTubers, the Jeep YouTubers that I've had contact with, I haven't met any yet, but I've had, you know, conversations with several. Pretty cool bunch of people, man. So I'm going to give a shout out to Modale and his wife, Misty. They're a couple of YouTubers. I would invite you to check out their channel. It's called JL Life. Pretty funny stuff, and he and his wife both have JLs, and they're constantly
doing upgrades and modding each of them, you know, one at a time. One will do the one thing and then one will do something else. So and they've got trail rides and everything. Videos are pretty funny too, so check out JL Life. Again, hope you like the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things you know to do. And till next time, keep the shiny side up. Jeep on.